Welcome back, EverFam. So in today's video, we are going to be letting you guys know 10 names that we love for this baby boy, but will not be using. So these names are very, I don't know, I'd say they're very like unique names. They're very, some of them are like boho, earthy, different names, not names you hear every day. So if you are looking for inspiration on naming your little man, stay tuned, and this will kind of give you guys a little bit of an insight to the style name we're going for, I guess, for when we actually announce what baby boy's name will be, which will be coming up shortly. So without further ado, make sure you guys enter the giveaway. Sorry, I'm going to plug it in right here. There's a $50 giveaway going on right now. I have one like every 2 to 3 weeks. Info in the description. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell, and follow me on Instagram so I can DM the winner. Within Canada or US, please enter, subscribe right now to do so, and then you guys could win $50 by the end of the week, because I think this is the week I'm giving it away. Go ahead and check the description for more info, and aside from that, here are the 10 baby boy names.
So the first name that we are loving but not choosing, it'd have to be Aspen.
I love the name Aspen. Like, I still wish we would use this for baby boy's middle name. Part of me is kind of like, there's like a 0.1% chance we might end up swapping out the middle name for this name, because that's how much I love it.
0.1%? That's not that much.
No, 1% I said.
Oh.
There's like a 0.1% chance we might end up swapping out the middle name for this name. So what do you think about the name Aspen?
I think it'd be a good name.
Are you going to say that with all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to have Eric say the second name, but I want him to pick his favorite from this list that isn't the one we chose. So what's your favorite? We have the list right here, if you guys are wondering.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the middle of nowhere. My favorite of the list. My favorite name on the list that we're not choosing is Calum.
Calum. So this was actually, up until I found out that it was a boy, this was our boy name. So we had one name picked out for a girl, which I will not be mentioning because we ended up using that name now for our boy. It's his name now. Yeah, Calum. That was going to be our name. Even after we found out it was a boy, I think for about a week or two, we had decided that that was going to be his name, until we decided to use our girl name for our boy. So yeah, I think Calum was definitely number 2 on the list. So the next name that we love but will not be using was actually Callum. So Callum and Calum are very similar. I have had the name Callum picked out ever since we had Ever. I've loved that name. And then I knew someone who had a baby with that name. And to me, I was like, it's no big deal. Like, this person lives far away. I've literally only seen her, last time 10 years ago. I don't even really know her personally. But she had a baby boy named Callum. And for some reason, that just immediately sparked almost like a disinterest in the name for me, which is why I loved when I came across Calum, because it was a similar sound, it was a name that I still loved, and it was different, and I didn't know anyone who had that name. Not that it matters that someone I knew had it, but for some reason it just wasn't as appealing to me anymore. So yeah, the next name was Callum. We loved a lot of C names. I think for a while there, that's pretty much all we had on our list, was just C or K names. So the next name we had picked out was Colson. So Colson is also one of those names that I was like, oh, maybe we'll do that as like a middle name, or maybe we'll incorporate it in some way, because for those of you guys who have followed along our journey, I call this pregnancy my victory. And victory has been just like a big theme, I guess, this pregnancy. Like, my doctor's name is Victory. My theme song for this pregnancy is Sea of Victory, and it's just been a really big triumph to even get this far in a pregnancy. And Colson actually means a victory. So in that sense, I'd really loved the idea of using this name, not only because I loved the sound of it, I haven't really ever heard it before, and it meant something that meant a lot to us, but I realized that naming a baby solely because of a meaning of a name that no one's ever really gonna know, it's not on my number 1 priority to do. I'd rather pick a name that I love more than a meaning I love, I guess. So that's why we didn't choose that name.
All right, so the next name that we picked that is on our list that we're not choosing is Karsten. It's another really nice name, has another C in it. It ends with stem. A lot of our names end with like the end sound, but we just didn't end up picking that one.
Yeah, I think I really liked when it ended in a N and started with a C. I don't know why. I was really into that whole sound, which is kind of funny because the name we have picked now has nothing to do with any of those sounds at the beginning or the end of the name. But yeah, Karsten was definitely up on our list. The next name we have picked out is Torin. So I actually took this name from Torin Wells, which is a Christian singer. If y'all don't know him, Hills and Valleys, go listen to it. It's a great song. Anyway, I really, really like this name. I think more so that I would have used this name for a girl rather than a boy. But it definitely was still on our list of names to consider or middle names to consider. Just really cool, really different. I loved the spelling of it. And maybe in the future, we will still use it.
Well, we have it spelled differently than what his name was, but...
What is his name? I thought it was like that.
Tauren.
Oh, well, I like this better. Anyway, I like the spelling, so yeah. And the next two names on our list are actually kind of like biblical, spiritual names, I guess, in a sense. So one of the names I adore is Psalm. So I've heard of this name actually like getting more and more popular throughout this last little while. I've seen more and more baby announcements, not from people I know, but like I guess other influencers or just like on my Explore page of babies being born with either the first name or the middle name Psalm. Sometimes they add an E at the end, sometimes they do not. I personally love this name. I think that if I could like make someone name their baby this name just so that I could know someone with this name, I would. I don't know if I would ever use it. I don't know. Do you like it?
I wouldn't.
Do you like it?
I love it.
A lot of these names are just like names that I pick because Eric, I feel like a lot of time he goes with just names that I prefer. I think the only time I've ever asked his opinion on a name, he gave me the name Tarzan. But yeah, thankfully I am very blessed with a man who lets me pick out the baby name. Not that he can't choose or can't help me decide. We did decide together, but as far as the list goes, it's pretty much just things that I've compiled of things that I really like, and he really doesn't mind them, so they went on our list.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty much sums that up. What's the next What's the next biblical name, babe?
The next biblical name is Roman.
I know someone recently and personally who has a baby named Roman. He's like 2 months old. He's super cute. Laura, if you're seeing this, your baby's super cute.
He's already born with a tough name.
It is a tough name.
Roman.
It's cute. And yeah, it's a biblical name, obviously, because if y'all read the Bible, you know that that is a chapter in the Bible. That is the title of it. And I don't know, I just really like that it's coming back into style. And that definitely had to make it on our list somewhere because it is super cute. So the final two names that we have, both also work for girl names. So once again, I'm not into like super feminine, like a lot of this list it's definitely unisex. Our daughter Ever, I guess her name is actually very unisex. I've been hearing more and more boys being named with the name Ever. And the name we chose, like I said, it was originally for a girl for when we thought we were carrying a girl. And now we're carrying a boy and we decided to just carry it over. And I think the last two names on this list are also very unisex, as well as, honestly, some of the other ones on the list as well, like Psalm or Aspen. Those were also on my girl name list. But one of the names that we have left is Atlas. So Atlas has been getting more and more popular, and I think, like, I knew about it before Shay Mitchell had her baby named Atlas, but she also put it on the board because Shay Mitchell is wonderful. I love her. And she had a baby girl named Atlas, and anyway, Ever's trying to get Eric's attention. She's just yelling babe from the other room because that's how I address Eric. So she assumes that that's one of the names she can call him along with Daddy and Eric. She likes to call him babe. So if you hear her yelling babe, that's why. She's watching TV. Anyway, yeah, so Atlas is also a girl's name and a boy's name. Very unique name. For a while, that was on the top of one of my lists for a girl back before I was even pregnant. But being pregnant changes a lot of things, and it no longer was something that I wanted to name my baby. Not at this time, anyway. So, yeah. And the last name, babe.
What?
Nothing. You just cute.
Am I?
Yeah.
So, the last name on our list that we have, that we love, but we are not going to be choosing, is going to have to be Oakland.
Oakland.
Which, of course, is another unisex name.
Okay, no, I think for girls it's usually like Oakley, but I have heard of Oakland. I do like, I don't know, I just like the sound of that name. I think it's a very strong name. Once again, I've seen some pretty cute Insta babies named Oakland. I think it's different. I think I haven't heard of it too often. So that was definitely on my list, but we just aren't picking it, mainly because I just love our name so much. I don't think I could even consider actually naming my baby any of those names, because I found a name that I'm just so dead set on, and we are so excited to announce with you guys. So I wanted to also include a couple name hints before we announce our baby's name. So I wanted to do 2 of those. For those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that I've already announced one of the hints on there. Instagram is in bio. Y'all go follow me. Anyway, one of the name or hints was that it starts with an I. So despite the fact that we spent half of this video talking about how much we love the CK sound, we picked a name that starts with an I. And the second hint is that it is more letters than like my name or Eric's name or Ever's name. So we all have 4 letters in our name, and it is a name that is longer than 4 letters long. So that is the name hints, and those are the 10 baby names we love but will not be using. Make sure you guys enter that $50 giveaway that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And aside from that, stay tuned for more pregnancy updates, names, reacting to names that you guys recommended that we will not also be using, and the baby name reveal that is coming up shortly. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and until next time.